What's up, Korean? What's up, Aaron? Hey, Korean. I'm doing great, man. I'm just kind of relaxing, chillaxing, taking advantage of this nice little scalping range that we've been blessed with for once in our lifetimes. It's been so long since I've been able to, like actually scalp. What's up, Ashley James? How you doing, man? So, Crypto? What's up, brother? Well, I have my drink with me. Where's my drink at? Yeah, my new setup. So I turned both of the side monitors completely portrait mode, and I love it. I love it so much. I love it for charts. I love it for web pages. I didn't know the benefits of having that kind of setup. It's so nice. So nice. I'll wait till a lot more people load up in, and then I'll start going more into depth about what's going around in my little noggin, what I'm thinking about doing. It almost just made me spit out my drink, the crypto. That puts my gains to shame. I hope with that kind of leverage, you're not using a large percentage of your portfolio, though. I mean, you seem to be very accurate, but I would personally just be too worried because if you are making that type, it's also possible to lose it. But I have been messing around a little bit with that indicator you showed me, but I opted just to kind of leave it out. I mean, my technical analysis, it kind of helps me just as much. Um, like my entire trading, it's probably about like 60% technical analysis and then like 20% kite crossing and then 20% market cipher. Like if I didn't have any indicators, I think I still would be able to do a quite decent job. Obviously, it's awesome to have it with those as well. This Royal Farms Big Blue. I think this is my favorite drink now. I'm sure it's absolutely. Actually, it has less sugar than a Pepsi, like half as much. Latin Crypto, what's up, man? How you doing? I just closed my short just because we got this little over symbol here. But it does look like we have some exaggerated bearish divergence right here that I probably should have paid attention to, and I could have collected just a little bit extra. But I'm going to play it safe than sorry. It does look like it's trying to complete this triangle right here in particular. If we do stay under. I think my target, let's set a target. Use that as my target. Alright. And then, let's see, if it breaks out to the upside, where am I looking at taking profit? Say it breaks out to the upside right here. I'm probably going to take profit at about 8,600. I am waiting for the macro triangle to break out. Well, this isn't a macro triangle, but, the medium time frames. The red is my 30-minute fib fans. The white is my, 1-minute fib fans. And then the cyan that you can see right here, that's a 3-day fib fan. This is why we've been kind of hanging around this region, because of this gigantic fib fan that's kind of just kind of making a pattern to kind of push past it or push, get a bounce off of it. Well, in the smaller time frames, it will fluctuate around it. It's not going to stay steady at it. But you can see like right here, we kept getting rejected off of it. But finally we broke through it. We just kept getting triple bottoms and then started to getting a ascending triangle, and then we broke out to the upside. On that one, my my target for it pretty much reached it exactly almost. It went a little bit past it. My target was 8,609. I took profit right about there, and then when we got the under symbol, went ahead and took a short off of that. Back-to-back trades. I think it was like, I think I made like 30% on the way up. Yeah, about 30%. And then I just took profit on it as well at about another 30%. Back-to-back trades, 60%. Making money. Making lots and lots of money. What's up, All-Star? How you doing, man? Damien, what's up, brother? Yeah, I'm sorry I'm a little bit late with the stream. I was supposed to do it at 9, and then I was supposed to do it at 9:30, and I was supposed to do it at 10, and I was like 10 minutes late. I keep getting these influxes of these one-on-ones. Like, I mentioned it like one time, and now I got like 20 people that are now doing it, which is awesome. I mean, the live streams are great because, you know, I have an influx of people that can all watch me at one time do it. But having like a person there and being able to like talk to them face to face, pretty much, that's just invaluable. Dude, Mr. Win. I always see you say that, but I never understand it. I'm gonna assume it's a good thing, so thank you. We did get the over symbol. I'm not sure if I want to take it just yet. I'm probably gonna wait until we start creeping towards this for me to actually enter, and then just to see if we get rejected or not, because that can definitely change because our higher time frames, if we clock out here, I know you can't see this because my my camera's in the way, but you can definitely see this one right here. So it might be on the 5-minute time frame, but it is the 7, 15, 30, 60. I have 3 different charts set up at any given point. I have the swing time frame, I have medium time frames, and I have the scalp time frames. That way I can get like a good picture. What's happening? What's the current trajectory of the entire thing? That way I can make accurate trades when it matters. That way I'm not just sticking to one time frame. I'm not, you know, tunnel vision. That's the whole reasoning behind why I do that. So we currently do have an under on the swings, on the mediums, but we do have an over on the scalps. So we're just gonna see how this plays out. Since we do have an under on the the medium time frames, I would pursue assume that this is going to break downwards. If it does break downwards, the target technically is about $8,000 flat, but I do see it probably getting stopped out at about 8,138, and bouncing off of this fib right here. That's what I'm looking at. So either way it goes, I'll probably be in the right position when that happens. I can take a small profit off of that. As far as the macro triangle goes, the current target for that one, for me at least, is right here. Fish, come on, buddy. It's only when I start the streams. So we're currently working at this apex right here. I mean, I know it's very, very hard to see, so I'm sorry about that. But I'm assuming that this right here is the apex that's currently being worked towards. So wherever the price action breaks out from, that's where I'll attach my target to. So like, let's say if it breaks out right here, I'll put my target here. If it breaks out right here, I'll put my target here. But either way, I'm assuming that this red fib fan is going to stop it short. So if it does get to the upside, I'm going to be taking profit at about 10,200, 10,150, somewhere around that zone. If it does break to the downside, we could either bounce off of this fib fan right here at about 7,735, but with the higher time frames being the 3-day, kind of just sitting on that edge. If it does go short, I'm probably not going to take profit right at that point. I might let it sit for a little while and see if it does get a bounce. If it does get a bounce, I'm fine with taking less profit. But we definitely could see it come all the way down to this fib fan at about 7,290. Oh shoot. I know a lot of people are getting bullish because of the 12-hour green dot and all that stuff, but you just have to realize that, like CryptoFace always says, it's a bottom, a temporary bottom, and it can be broken. So we should see a good bounce technically based off of that green dot, and I am assuming that that will be about the higher 9,000s, the mid 9,000s, and then probably retrace back down. If not, the higher time frames, being the 3 day, they are working up towards a apex if we do continue this pattern. So the first one for it to break out would be where we're sitting, and we did break down a little bit before that. The next one is going to be about late October, October 28th, and the next one after that would probably be around January. So I'm assuming that it's going to be testing some of these lower fibs, and we're going to gradually be moving up to one of these apex points around the halvening, around that time. And then we'll probably break out upwards shortly before the halvening, and then after the halvening, we'll start seeing it trend upwards towards those new all-time highs. That's just how it's worked in the past, and that's what I'm assuming. Obviously, history rhymes; it doesn't repeat, so it could work a little bit differently than that. But that's just what I'm looking at. I'm not expecting, like crazy high numbers. Do I think we could go past, $14,000 before the halvening event? Definitely. Do I think we're going past $20,000? No. But I'm kind of just working with what I'm given. We're going to have some great scalping for the next couple of days / weeks. Since the consolidation's over, since we're not bound by that single triangle, we have a little bit more headroom back and forth. So the scalps should be significantly better than they were the last couple of days. You can see, like right here, as we were getting towards the end of this, we were maintaining support shortly, but we just kept hitting this fib fan as resistance until all the way down. And then we finally hit this fib fan down here, found support temporarily. And if it doesn't hold, I'm expecting it to drop down, low 7,000s. And then from there, we'll check back, see what the indicators are telling us, see if it is going to drop lower. I don't know if it is or not. A lot of rich people think that's going to go to $4,000, and I'm not going to say they're not right. It definitely could happen, but it would take a lot. It would first have to get past, 3 more fib fans after that. And then, 5,000 would be like the baseline support. If it does move lower than that, then I would probably not get scared, but I would definitely be buying a shit ton more. Adding more cash position to my trades rather than just keeping my crypto in there and selling it back and forth between Tether. Oh no, yellow X. I should have kept my short open, but it's fine. I had a set target, I reached it, made my profit. That's what you want to do. You want to have a clear set plan in place. Don't fret over your profits. Don't fret over your losses. The trade has failed. The trade has won. Call it a day. Pack it up. I want to move my fib fans. I don't want to move my fib fans. I want to move this trend line. Dude, why can I not click on this trend line? Oh, did I get it? Come on. Come on. Dude, are you kidding me? Okay, so if I move this over, and then, okay, so now if I hit back, okay, motherfucker. Okay, no, I know what to do. All right, watch. I'm gonna do this. Okay, so you gotta move this fib fan. Click on this. Click back. Hit delete. I'm a freaking genius. All right. Now that I got over the technical analysis part, showing you guys what I'm thinking about doing, we can start looking at some of the messages. Because I've kind of just been not looking at this side of the screen. Okay, I've been refreshing for half an hour. I need help with my trades. We'll contact you in private. Feel like I need a kickstart in crushing. Of course, man. I'm always happy to offer the one-on-ones. I finally decided on a set price just based on the average of what I've been paid. In the beginning, I kind of let people pick their price, what they thought was fair. And then after I had about, 10 or so people, I just averaged it all out. That's going to be my set price for, a good while. So That way I feel like it's fair. It's, you got the rich people that are offering more for my time. You got, I don't want to say rich and poor, but, those different, areas of wealth. Not wealth, money. Wealth and money are not the same thing. I watched Limitless last night. Best movie. I love that movie so much. Because if you haven't seen Limitless, he basically takes this pill, and it makes him super freaking smart. And then he uses that smartness to like climb the ranks of like this financial firm, and he makes like billions of dollars. I love that movie. Um, what settings do I have on each one? So on the first one, I have the 13612 on the 1 minute time frame. Oh, that's not the right thing. I think I moved something too. Oh, no. So I have the 13612 without predictive closes on a 1 confirmation for this one. And then for this one, I have a 7, 15, 30, 60 with predictive closes on. Just because this one, I'm not using it to take my positions. I'm using it to judge the momentum of the triangles in which direction they might break out to. And I'm using the lower time frame to get my entries. And then on this one, this is the swing time frames that we've been using for the past couple of God, how far back is this? Triangle. 60, 180, 360, 720. So I mean, if you were using the swing time frame, you would have been in this short for like 4 days now. And you would have been short from about 10,150, I believe. And that's what my swing account was on. I have, you should have 2 accounts, swing account and scalp account. I did close out my swing account's profit. I closed that out about 8,150. So I got pretty much the very, very bottom of the bounce, just based on technical analysis targets and fib lines. And I'm just waiting for a re-entry for that one. I'm not too concerned on if it dips more. I just want to have it available so that if it does dip, I can buy it back. And hopefully we get an over symbol soon if it is going to start trending upwards. That way I can go ahead and throw my swing account into there. Let's go back to this one just so it's a little bit bigger. A consulted fish. Amazing Asian, what's up, man? What is that price? Which price? Nick, I know you can buy the pills. That's that's my secret. Should you long some ETH right now? I haven't looked at ETH in a couple days, to be honest. I'm not too updated on the technical analysis, unlike Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, while it is lower, the volatility is better for scalps and all that stuff. That's the reason why I was trading ETH. It just the volatility was there. I did make 240% off of a 10x short the other day on ETH, back when everything else dumped. So let's see. Okay, so it looks like we've dumped back into this triangle on the 30-minute triangle being the red one, and it is holding this resistance pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and move my trend line down just so you guys can be highlighted on what I'm seeing. Okay. All right, so this could be considered a fake out. I don't think it was a fake out because it was this triangle breaking out and it did reach its target that it was supposed to reach. So now that we're at the apex of this point, we do have an under on most of our time frames. So if it does slip past this, then I would start looking. Let's see, where would my target be for this one right here? Let's start with a conservative target first and see that where would that take us, and then we're gonna go ahead and do like how you would traditionally set your targets, much greater. So based on that conservative target, I would say that we'll probably bounce off of this fib line here about 8,137. But if we're doing the actual descending triangle, let's see where that would take us. Let's say it breaks out right here. That'd take us back down to about 7,444. But you also have to remember about the higher time frames. Although that this micro pattern would bring us down to about that zone and bounce off this fib potentially, you have to also know about this is a fib fan for a 3-day. If this is broken, we will be trending lower down to the lower 7,000s. So if I am holding a short, I'll probably be holding it and not taking profit, just to stay safe, and because you don't want to miss out on those types of gains. That's an extra like 60% right there that I could potentially make. Oh yeah, I definitely did. So I don't have it set up the way I had it set up before, because as time progresses, you have to change your fib fans and all that. So I was judging this right here. I was waiting for the breakout of this. My target was the length of the ascending triangle right about here, and then I took it right about here, and you can see it's pretty much dead ass on there. Like, this is why technical analysis works. And you can see the ascending triangle. You can see the fib fan that's cutting and making the resistance, and you can see the 30-minute fib fan creating the support. You take the length of the support to the resistance. Now I went a little bit past it using the high and the low, but you can see that's how you would get your target from where it broke out. So I actually took profit right about here, at the fib, right below the fib where my target ends. So I took profit at about 8,627, somewhere around that number. And then we got the under. I went ahead and put a market order in. I did not try to limit that. I just threw a market order in. And then as we went down and we slipped past this, I took profit right here. And then when we got this under right here, I took a little bit more profit. So it's slowly adding up. And I'm not trying to overdo it. These are scalp trades. You're not trying to hold it for a long period of time. Right here, this is one of those instances where you get, constant flippage, but that's just something you have to deal with when you are using these scalping time frames. It's going to do that, but most of the time the price doesn't move significantly in those zones. So, and this type of range right here, this was definitely the type of range where you need to lower your time frames and adjust it to what the price action is doing. If you're trying to use those higher, medium scalp, swing time frames during this zone, there's no way to trade that. It just doesn't work. Like right here, you could have caught this little long, you could have caught this little short. Right here, you got the little long symbol, boom. Right here, long symbol, boom. Right here, short symbol. I was using market orders for most of those, just because the price action was moving slightly and there was no way for me to get my limits filled. This was a good one right here. Under, boom, money. I think I saw something on that gap today, being the 7.2 to 7.45. I forgot what time frame you can see the gap on, but if you go to the daily chart, the gap is no longer there. So I'm not saying that we're not going to go down to those levels. It's still a key fib. But in terms of gap, I don't think it's going to go there based off of gap. If you're new to trading, don't try to scalp at all. What I want you to do is I want you to go to a lower time frame chart, being the 1 minute, 3 minute, or 5 minute. And if you have market cipher, don't try to trade it yet. I just want you to make predictions based off of the waves on what's going to happen. Get used to seeing it real time, making an assumption, and then once your assumptions are pretty much always correct, then you can start putting positions in based on those assumptions. Otherwise, practice makes perfect. If you are failing, you're still going to fail when there's money on the line. It's not like, oh, if I have money on the line, I'm going to try harder. No. You're just going to lose it. You're just going to lose your money. So definitely practice, practice, practice. Don't always be in a trade just because you want to make money. Learn how to make the money first, and then start slowly adding positions on. And why I say slowly add position on, you need to learn how to control your emotions when there's money on the line. It's easy to look at a 5-minute chart and make the correct assumption of what the price is going to do because there's no emotion in it. You don't have anything on the line. You're not using any money. You can just critically think without any bias on what the price is going to do because you don't have anything on the line. But if you're in a short and you see a bullish divergence, you're going to ignore it because you want your short to work. You think the power of thinking is going to allow you to just suddenly change the market. Trust me, it happens. I've done it myself. So definitely get used to the divergences. Try to spot divergences that other people might not see. That's where the money is made, on the hidden divergences and the like the exaggerated divergences, and as well as the super hidden divergences that some people have seen me use. Whenever the VWAP is above 0, like right here, for example, VWAP is above 0. You can connect this point of this bottom wave to any top wave where the VWAP is above 0. A lot of people don't understand that. And there's so many divergences that cross that 0 line that people can't see. It's definitely an art form to be able to do this real time. It's tough. It really is. But if you get good at it and you understand what you're doing and you take your emotions out of it, that's where the money's made. And having a plan set in place so that when the time comes, you have a clear set buy price and a clear set sell price. And as the trade moves on and on and on, you start stepping up your stop loss to key support levels just below it. So that way, if it does slip back, you're still in profit. You still won that trade. If there's green on your screen, you're clean and green. Don't cry. If there's money in your pocket, you've done well. Profit is profit, whether it's 5% or 20%. And that's the problem that people are getting too caught up with. They're being too conservative with their stop losses because they want to make the most amount of money possible, and then the price will go down like $10 and then they're stopped out. You gotta do it based on technical analysis, not just feeling. TL, what's up, brother? Dude, this new monitor setup on Wallpaper Engine, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's like a music visualizer, and then the background and stuff changes like hues based on the music and all that kind of stuff. It's awesome. It's awesome. And also they have like hentai ones, which I don't use on a regular basis, but I just had gigantic bouncing titties on my screen, just 80 inches worth, while I'm just trading crypto. I sent it to all my friends. I was like, your setups don't even touch this. Yeah, of course. So like I was saying in the beginning of the streams, I have 3 different setups at any given time. So I have the very, very micro time frame setup, which is the 1-3-6-12 without predictive closes on a 1 confirmation. I'll leave that up for just a hot second. Okay, and then on this one right here, this is my 7, 15, 30, 60. This is for like medium time frame scalps. The range that we're in, the moves are too tight to really take positions off of that, unless you're towards the end of a triangle breakout. That would be the red triangle that you guys see on your screens. Okay, and then this one right here, this is my swing time frames. That's why you can't really see anything on the, because it's so far back. You would have been in the short for a couple days now. This is the 60, 180, 360, 720. This one, I leave it on either the 30-minute or the 1 hour. And then this one, the middle one right here, this is on a 30-minute, but it should be on a 5-minute. So let me go ahead and change that back. So we just keep testing this fib fan resistance of the 30-minute, kind of stuck in between a couple of the different fibs. And I know they kind of get clogged up, but it's really important to have multiple different time frame fibs on your screen at any given time, because the price moves depending on what time frame. And if you color code them so that you can understand which one's which, then you're fine. But if they're all the same color, you're not going to know what's happening. You're just going to have a bunch of crazy lines on your screen. So the blue one, that's the 3-day. The red one, 30-minute. White one, that's the 1 minute. So I'm really waiting for the candles as well nowadays to really give me that confirmation. And then if the target is good enough, then I'll market order. If it's a small target, I'll do limit orders. And you can always mark it in and limit out. That's always an option. You only take about a 7% fee, 0.75% fee, my bad, rather than a 1.5% fee. I believe we're sitting at the 30 simple. Am I wrong? Is that the 30-day moving average? Because I thought we were sitting on the 200-day moving average as of right now. I pay attention to more fibs rather than moving averages. I feel like they're just as accurate, if not more. I understand that they're a really good example of what's going to happen, and a lot of traders do use them, so there's nothing wrong with it. It's just my personal technical analysis style. I do prefer fibs over everything else. It hasn't failed me since. So. Definitely. So let me see if I can bring this into view. So if you go to the 3-day, it's very, very hard to see, but this candle body is right on this fib line. So in order for me to kind of confirm that this is going to start moving down towards this, I really want to see a candle body that comes below that. As soon as I see that candle body come below, that is complete confirmation. So on my 12-hour fibs, when I had those set up, this red candle came below the fib line. And as soon as it came below the fib line, I knew I should have held my short. I didn't take profit at my original $9,700 target based on my smaller pattern targets. I knew that we were now in the bigger pattern play, that this was the actual breakout of the triangle, and that I shouldn't have taken profit. So I held my short. I set up a new target based on the higher time frames, and boom, we hit it on the money. Like, it was dead on the bounce. Technical analysis. Greatest thing since sliced bread. God, we cannot break this resistance, but we're getting so close to something. Something's going to happen. It could be just another pump, hit resistance, come back down, and we continue into one of these triangles. So let me highlight the key zones that we need to get through in order for this to kind of break out fully, so that we can see this potential target. So if it does come up, I'm looking at about $9,151, just based on this triangle right here. Let me go ahead and highlight it for you guys. This is the 30-minute triangle that's kind of holding significance right now. And then let me get my little triangle tool out so I can show you the shadings. Pinnacle. So we got this first zone that it needs to break through. We got the second zone. Let me go ahead and change the color on that one. Do like a yellow. And then this one will kind of make it less aggressive because we're kind of in the clear by this time. We're looking pretty bullish. Okay. This red, it kind of makes it look too aggressive. Let's do white. Okay. So this is what needs to happen. We need to first break this zone. But like you saw right here, we pumped into this, got rejected at this zone, fell back down. So we were, as this trade was going through, so like as we broke into the green zone, I moved my stop loss up. As we broke into the yellow zone, I moved my stop loss up. As we broke into the blue zone, I moved my stop loss up. I actually took profit here though, but I would have moved my stop loss up. That's how you do these trades. As you go through the different resistances, you set up your stop losses accordingly so you can get more profit when it does retrace, if it does retrace. I have OCD, I'm sorry. There we go. Perfect. Let me make the backgrounds a little bit less shoot, that's what the problem is with having so many things set up. They all kind of overlay each other. And when you try to click on one thing, it's like, nope, you're going to click on this one. I'm sorry. Was this what you wanted? I'm sorry. If it breaks to the downside, which I'm assuming that it's not going to break down right here. But if it does break down right here, my target's not going to be as aggressive. Actually, my target to the upside would actually be based off of this right here, if that triangle does break out. So if this one does break out to the upside, I'm going to change my prediction. It's going to be a little bit higher. You can see that our target is 9,400. And we might get a wick up to that, but I'm assuming that the candle body's going to stop out at this fib. So I'm going to take profit probably a little bit sooner than that. I'm probably going to take it about, $9,288. Now, if this entire triangle breaks to the downside, let's take it right here, just assuming. We do have to see where it takes us. Based on this pattern right here. Okay, I've been talking about this. I'm going to give you an example. Okay. This pattern, the target is 7,644. Okay. And you can see we'll get a nice bounce off of this fib right here. But we are at a critical 3-day fib. If this fib is broken, that will be huge downward pressure towards the next fib, being around, 7,100 to 7,200. So that is the current situation. Whichever way it breaks up or breaks down, we're kind of sitting at a key level from there. If it does break out upwards, I'm not expecting it to really go that far. Technically, this could be the completed. We could just be in a even longer consolidation people didn't see. I went over this earlier. So based on the fibs, we could kind of get stuck in this one right here. Bounce upwards, back down, get to this apex, splurt downwards, all the way back down to 7,000, blah, 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 boom. And that's when we break out. Who knows? It's kind of just waiting and seeing where the price action takes us so I can make the accurate assumptions on what the current pattern is. But right now, current pattern, it would be this one right here. Now, let's say for whatever example, it does break out upwards. We're looking at about $17,000. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I do think you would probably have to go out to at least one of these other apexes as we get closer and closer towards April. You can see this one is on February, the 27th of February, which pretty much brings us up to the halving event. That would be a good time for us to break out upwards. Until then, it's probably just going to be a lot of consolidation. I know people hate that word right now because we've been in a consolidation. You're telling me we're going to be in another consolidation? We never left it. We're still in it. That's all there is to it. I can't tell you anything else. But that's what I'm currently looking at. So if we do fall down here, it will kind of make this a little bit more symmetrical. And give me a little, because I look for symmetry in my trades. I don't like lopsided patterns. It's not a personal preference. Just usually they're more accurate to judge the targets also, off of, rather than weird looking patterns. But if this does hold the way it's holding, you could say it's an ascending triangle, but I'm not so sure about that. It's kind of just hard to tell right now. But I'm just looking at my fibs. I'm looking at where we should drop if we do drop. Just kind of taking profit of those key levels. But besides that, I mean, there's no real thing to go over after that. Hold on. Which chart was that? I don't want to mess that up. Let me put this back on the 30-minute. So we are pushing into the green zone over here on the smaller time frames. We did get an over right here. Let's see how far this takes us. That could take us similar to what we did earlier, but I'm not too sure about that. We could get rejected off of this red fib fan. That's kind of hard to see. You can see we're kind of finding a little bit of resistance off of the smaller time frame fib fans, bouncing off of those. I don't really have any targets set up for this particular pattern just yet. Now, if we do break out upwards, I'm looking at about, let's see. We break to the upside for this smaller 1 minute time frame. Let's say we do break out here. I'm looking at about 8,655, but I'll be taking profit at about 8,579. If we do trend down even lower, which would probably be more likely before it actually does break out. Let's say we come down to here. It moves it down slightly. We taking profit at about 8,561. So not too much of a difference. Mrs. Gonzalez, you said one time that cash is king. Do you like, what's your stance on crypto? Do you hate it? Is that why you're shorting it, or you just want more crypto? Are you like Kevin O'Leary, where you hate Bitcoin but you secretly buy it when you're at your house watching HBO? I'm surprised I have not gotten the copyright thing on YouTube yet. I have something to deal with real quick.
school teacher said I'd never be shit. To that bitch that I turned out just fine. And no, I don't know you for the 12th time. We do not share the same bloodline. You let her run your mouth like a tough guy. Hope you keep the same energy when it's crunch time.
According to the American Psychiatric Association, it affects roughly 8% of children and 2% of adults, commonly believed to only affect boys because they are perceived
as rowdy and rambunctious.
One time for them praying on my downfall. 2 times for them bitches in the South Shore. 3 times for them days on the block getting chased by the cops like a motherfucking outlaw. 4 times for them days that were all bad. 5 times for the bitches who ain't called back. 6 times for the kids like me who got ADHD just to...
Me and Jordan need a couple hearses. Double homicide, kill the beat and the verses. Everybody living on the surface, but we came from the underground, yeah, we deserve. What's beef? Beef is when you murder motherfuckers on a beat. Kill them all, nah, what's beef? Beef is brothers lying over shit that never mattered in the first place. Lying in the street, what's peace? Peace is when you leave it in the past, let it heal like a cast. When enough time pass and you blast. Kinda like John Wick, bars like a convict. Fuck around and you don't wanna start shit. Coming with the hot shit, all they do is talk shit. You can never top it, boy, just stop. High and drunk.
Okay.
All these other motherfuckers full of indecision, and I murder with precision all over your television. I'm numero uno, number one, and you is just a subdivision. Never listen, we gon' leave them missing. That's the mission, like ISIS. Ain't no time to bigger over who the nicest. It's logic, it's obvious.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So technical analysis, it sounds like a foreign language, but if you've ever tried to learn a language, it's like you work as hard as you possibly can, and then you just can't get it, and then one day it kind of just clicks. Everything just makes sense. The words you understand. It's such a magical moment. I love it so much. I love teaching people, and then when that moment finally clicks for them, they're like super excited, and I can share their excitement with them. It's the best. Entertain this theory. Similar pattern. P1, December 17th to all-time year high. Lower high, sideways, dump. P2, June 19th, September, October 19th. All-time year high. Lower high, sideways, dump. Dump November 18th, December 18th. Downside, dump now. I do think we're close to the bottom. I don't know exactly how to follow that just based on the text. I'm assuming you're talking about just the previous price action, how we hit the all-time high, new lower high was formed, consolidation period ensued, massive dump at the end, flatline price for, pretty much a couple months, and then pump out of that. That definitely could be what's happening. And I don't think we're going to be stuck like down where like the 3000s were, how there was kind of stuck between 3000 and 4000 for quite a while. We definitely could, because if you look at the 3-day chart, let's assume that there's a resistance line pretty much dead down the middle. Okay, that would put us between, let's say we dump down here, that would put us at between 7,000 and 9,000 until we kind of get to one of these apex points. That would work out very well, and that would be very good for scalping as well, as long as the moves, kind of move up and down. Otherwise, it's just gonna be boring. But that could happen. But we kind of just have to wait for we just had the dump. We kind of have to see what happens next to make assumptions on the future. Whenever you have like a pivotal moment, you kind of you have to give it some time to really like see what it's going to do next in order to, kind of look at what's going to happen next, because we could be stuck in this down channel right here. We could dump back down, pump back up, and it kind of slowly move down towards the 6,000s until around April, and then skyrocket. That could definitely be the case as well. This was the 1 minute chart, right? Yeah. Got some bearish divergence right here, here to here. Exaggerated bearish divergence from here to here. Yeah, so a lot of people kind of judge my technical analysis sometimes, just because I look so far ahead in the future. And it's not that I'm looking so far ahead in the future to make like the decision. It's just to see all of the possible decisions so that I can kind of know what I'm going to do ahead of time. Because in technical analysis, it's all about making a plan so that when stuff goes down, you have a clear set plan so that you're not fumbling trying to think about what's happening. You know, I'm prepared. That's what technical analysis is all about, being prepared for what's going to happen. Macro, micro? I don't know what you meant by that question. Um, yeah, I don't know. Sorry. um, so we got these fibs staying in the way. So I do have my fib retracements as well. Let me go ahead and overlay these over top of the current price action, just so you guys can see that. Looks like we're finding some temporary support off of this. If we do break this support, I'm assuming it's going to come back down. But at least this fib, maybe get caught right here. Who knows? And then probably start trending upwards again. Actually, what time frame was that? I got my 1 minute. I got my 5 minute. I got my 3. Okay.
I think I like it. Wake up with a smile, fall asleep fighting. It isn't healthy, but it's exciting. You drive me crazy. I think I like it.
Macro, broader picture, micro in the now. Yes. Do you are you late to the party and you want me to go over what I'm thinking, or I don't know. Dude, I should start trading naked, you know? Get the emotions out of the way. Imagine looking, like, let's say you had a neighbor that left their blinds open. You look in their window, and they have like a 6-monitor setup. They have nothing but charts. And then they're just sitting there naked, trading Bitcoin. What would you do? Would you call the police? I would. That person's insane. I always thought about what if I had the titties on my screen, like the gigantic bouncing titties as like the wallpaper engine, and then like some person comes to rob my house and they look through that window right there, and then they just see that on my computer. I wouldn't go into that person's home. That person's dangerous. They probably have like a katana. They probably watch too much hentai and think they're good at swinging swords around. Yeah, my swing position's closed out. You know, I took profit at 8,150 on my swing account. I'm waiting for a re-entry. And in order for me to, you know, consider going back into a short position, I really need to see at least this micro triangle broken. And that gives me a little bit more confidence that we are going to start trending downwards. And that would be this one right here. We need to go past this fib line, and then I would consider putting my swing account back into a trade. Probably a very low position amount, just because, I mean, in terms of swing, this, yes, it's 10%. But my swing accounts, I usually look for a little bit more than that. But I will put in, you know, slightly more, you know, just a tad bit more, trying to make a little bit more profit. But I really don't want to overexpose myself. But I will be scalping that if that does go down, definitely. Same thing if we go up. You don't choose the katana, the katana chooses you. Oh, I'm glad. buy some binoculars and copy trades. I don't know if I would take advice from a naked trader. Like, what if Crown Crypto just came on one day and he was like, "Hey guys, doing a stream naked today." Maybe that's why on his recent video where he has like the black over his camera. Maybe he's just naked. Who knows? Got it on my big blue. This is what the stream has got itself into now. We're talking about naked trades and what the intricacies of following someone's naked trades would be like. That should be a skit. I'm gonna make a skit like that. Coming to you on Pornhub community. The Naked Trader. My stream's gonna get flagged. Oh, I hope so. So I recently just ran into a problem with Venmo. So some of the people offered to pay the 101s in Venmo. And I guess Venmo doesn't allow business payments. So they disabled my account and transferred all of the money to all the money that was being transferred to my account at the time. They said was successfully transferred, but none of it's in my bank account. So I contacted them again, and I have not heard back from them. It's been a full day. So hopefully they don't take my money and run. Because then I'm going to have to get the Bitcoin lawyers out and go after Venmo. What do you want, Fish? So I got a 30 nugget box from Chick-fil-A. I ate 10 nuggets, and I was full. So I was like, okay, Fish, you can have some of the nuggets, and I'll put the rest of the nuggets in the refrigerator. I give him like 8 nuggets. He eats all 8 nuggets. He wants more nuggets. So I give him a couple more nuggets. He eats all those nuggets. This dude ate 20 nuggets and then still wanted more. I don't know what this dog's problem is. Why he loves food so much. Where does it go? Where does it go? What? Go lay down.
Everyone hates me for something or makes something up when they hate me for nothing. They claim I'm a Satanist. Hitler's my cousin. I beat up a kid. I killed Bambi while hunting. Hey, I heard he's Illuminati. Hey, I heard he's related to Trump. Whoa, I heard he's reptilian.
Looks like we got some bullish convergence, as well as some bullish divergence on some of the waves. It's got to confirm upwards first. We are below the resistance line. It's gonna take us further. Let me go to huh, that's strange. What happened? It's on the 13612, but it's I thought there was a lot more signals on it. What happened? There was signals here. Where did they go? Hold on, let me refresh the page. What happened? Okay, they're back. I don't know what that was. Okay, so we got the over. Kind of retracing, but it could just be doing a retesting of support right now. I mean, this does break out to the upside. Use candle bodies. So unfortunately, we didn't get a confirmation upwards. The VWAP didn't cross. But if we can hold support here, we do have exaggerated bullish divergence, meaning that the momentum to the downside is kind of flatlined. And we have a higher price, meaning there's nowhere for it to go but up. Let's see if I can find some more examples. This one, bearish divergence. We have higher momentum, lower price, got the downward shift. This one right here, we have flatline momentum. Flatline momentum, lower price, nowhere for it to go but up. Boom. If you look up divergence chart, there's a let me see if I can find some good ones. There's some cheat sheets. This one right here, this is a good one. Just to kind of get used to some of the different divergences, and then start applying them, start looking for them in real time, and keep track of what it's potentially going to do if it confirms. Because then if it confirms, you already know what that wave is, and then you can enter on it. Once it gets that confirmation, you can see right here, VWAP never crossed upwards. So even though it was bullish, bullish convergence, now potentially, as long as it can stay above this price right here, it will be bullish divergence. Just a regular bullish divergence because we have lower momentum, higher price. Let's see. Go to my Spotify. I'll put on some lo-fi. Now at about 12 o'clock, I'm going to cut the stream short. I know the streams have been super short lately, but I do have one one-on-one. It's gonna be a quick one. It's gonna be about 30 minutes. But then I do have some friends over. They came from college, and they're only gonna be here for the night. So I do have to kind of party out with them. But I'm going to have a set schedule for my streams. I'm still kind of working on it, trying to get the one-on-ones set up, and then get the initial one-on-ones done, the most important ones, and then after that I'll have a set schedule for them, so that they kind of have to meet me within a certain period of time, or they kind of miss out and they have to wait an extra day or something like that. That way you'll have an exact time to tune in, and then whether it will go on for 3-4 hours, that kind of stuff. Yeah, sure. So, add the whales indicator, and then what's your settings? Wasn't it OHLC, and then there was 77, and then 2? or something like that. I haven't been using the whales indicator for my swing trades or anything. It's definitely good for like extreme scalping. I'm still sticking to the 1-3-6-12, just because I don't have to change my positions as often, and I take my profits depending on TA. I don't take it off of the next under or over. Although this one was pretty much on the money, right here. I'm waiting on a link. If you have me on Discord, you can send it through there. Is that a sell indicator? This is scalping time frames, so this is just saying that for the meanwhile, it could be a sell. The over is still in place, so the momentum's still upwards. That could switch very soon, but the higher time frames are under as well. So it definitely could switch. We have a lot more time for this triangle to play out before it really does get to a breakout point, on multiple different time frames. So I wouldn't make the assumption of, we're going down to $7,000 right now. Thug crypto. Okay. So how do I get to... Gotta go back to the trading view page. Let me go to a different tab real quick. Trading view. Ticker. Trading view is slow. Am I spelling it right? Is there a space? God, not the ticker. Oh my god. Is it this one, or this one? I got Crypto Thug, Crypto Thug, Crypto Thug. This one's got a beard and a mustache. It looks like you. It looks like your thumbnail. Oh. I clicked on it, but it didn't have any, go back to it. Trading view. Global collapse is coming. Why to buy BTC? This one is the best. Okay. Let's see. People. Crypto. I think you have to send me the link for your chart, either on Discord or something. I don't know how to get to it on your page. Do you follow? Maybe it's crypto_thug for the URL. I just put thug. Try underscore. Nope. I'll click this. Thug. Thug. Can't get to it. God, we just keep getting stopped out. This resistance is pretty hard right here. Let's see. Based on the smaller time frames, the apex of this is right here. I'm assuming if we can trend upwards and get to about right here, maybe then we might be able to get upwards. Now, like I was saying, CryptoFace, he's looking at the 12-hour green dot, and I do believe that we will have a spurt upwards, but it could be very short-lived, and we could just probably turn around and dump back down. Okay, so, the hell, crypto, thug. Base crypto. Try underscore. Read charts. You can look up people's charts. Try adding me on Discord and then just send me the link for the chart. See, if it brings us to this apex right here and starts breaking out here, probably gonna set my target right about there. I'll probably take profit about 8,659, and then if it brings us to right here, $1,668, and then. And that could potentially take us to the breakout of the 30-minute triangle. But I would probably like to see it past this point right here for us to break out. But Bitcoin does like to break out sooner than later. Let's see. Let me have all of the different... Fish. Stop, buddy. Here, down a little bit. Up. Should take us to about 9,426 based on that target. Don't know if I want to send my take profit up right here. I'll probably kind of just wait and see. If we do shoot past this, I'll probably just take it at this fib line right here. Fish. Stop. Lay down. Are you in a long scalp position already? If not, what do you expect to enter in? So I'm not in a long scalp just yet. I'm kind of waiting for this triangle to be broken for me to kind of... Oh, shoot. Is this it? Are we finally breaking out of it? You know what? There's not much, variation in the price going down here. So even if it does dip, let's see. Yeah, I'm probably going to enter a position. So yes, I am. So I'm going to be scalping this long, and since we are towards the breakout of this descending triangle right here, we're probably going to have a retest of this previous resistance. So I'm probably going to take profit right before this fib. Probably going to take profit at about 8,623. And then hopefully for this to break out, this 30-minute triangle to break out to the upside, I do want to see it hit this fib. And unlike how we fell directly back down out of this zone, I want us to at least stay above the yellow zone and kind of work our way and maybe catch one of these uptrends along the way. And I'll probably start getting more bullish on the bigger triangle. Okay. Gotcha. Thug. Okay, so crypto hyphen thug. Did it work? Shit. Dude, I'm so sorry. I'm really trying. Just not popping up whenever I do anything. I spelled it right? Crypto thug hyphen. I don't know, man. We're gonna have a stop loss set up at about 8,291. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. I'm probably gonna delete this, just for the sake of having a little bit more clear. So, the white fib fans that you see, those are my 1 minute fib fans. And then if I go to a higher time frame, you can see I have the red as the 30-minute triangle. I know I'm on the 5-minute, but it is the 30-minute triangle, and we have to break a couple of these zones before we can really break out of the actual triangle. And my target is 9,419. My take profit, if we do get to this point, it will probably be set up at about 9,265. And then for the micro time frames, considering that we're towards the end of this descending triangle, and we do have a lot of bullish things happening, being like the 12-hour green dot, all that kind of stuff. I am looking for this to break out to the upside, but I'm not denying the fact that we could go just a tad bit lower before it actually does break out. But all that would do is that would just extend the amount of time we kind of have to work up towards the top. So it'd probably be, either we do fall from here out of this ascending triangle, go and set our target based off of that. Let's see, take us. We'll probably come down to this fib right here, about 8,129. No, I pretty much take full profit on my scalps if I have a set take profit. I don't leave a lot in because usually my take profits is the top. It doesn't go much further than that. The only time you would have like a laddered take profit is like, okay, if we hit this fib, take 50%. If we hit this fib, take the remaining amount. But typically on my trades, um, I do hit my target exactly because like right here, my target was pretty much the top of this. I took profit right below this fib, turned around pretty much exactly, based on technical analysis. So that's just the way I do it. Da Vinci, how you doing, man? I'm doing absolutely fantastic. It's been such a great day for scalping. I mean, these two back-to-back trades alone were, a combined 60%. Down here, this was very good for scalping as well. It's just been, damn, it's been amazing. After each of these dumps, the volatility just kind of runs in. A lot of people wouldn't call this volatility, but for scalping, it's volatility. I mean, these are 2% moves back to back to back to back to back. Um, it's like clockwork. Um, and then you finally had this, 4% move almost all the way up to the top. Um, these are the times when I scalp. I was not scalping any of, the top of this. Yes, I was taking small positions. Uh, whenever I did see that we were kind of getting to an apex, um, like right here, I had to take profit set up at about 9,650. Let's see, where was it at? Technical analysis. Oh, you're too good. You're too good to me. It's so like crazy to see your targets and how they're pretty much it's the best. It's the best. They hit almost exactly. And that's why you want to be as precise as possible and not try to overthink things. Because if you try to make your target bigger, it's like a psychological thing. People want more profit, so they're gonna make their target bigger. Be realistic. That's why I have the fibs and everything, so that I can see if there is a potential fib in the way, denying me my profit. Let's actually move these fibs along just a tad bit. Let's update them. So based off of these fibs, you can kind of see that we're in an ascending triangle, just like we were before. You can see we have the macro Scion line here. I know it's kind of hard to see, but there's no way for me to change the thickness of Gone fans. Can you change the thickness of... let's see, what speed fans? Can you change the thickness of those? I think so. Shit. No. Style. Width. Visibility? No. Damn it. I wish I could change the thickness of them as well. But based off of this, you can see that we're kind of in an ascending triangle right here. Trapped between the 3-day fib and the 1-minute fibs. And we're kind of just having this ascending triangle kind of push us upwards. Let's see. Now the conservative target would be this right here. That'd be the conservative target based off of just this pattern right here. But I'm kind of going based off of a little bit more than that. I'm going based off of the entire pattern. I need to lock all my tools. There we go. Cool. Wait, no. Oh, I locked it. Okay. We got our first target. Smaller pattern. I need to see the price get past this and this resistance, and then it will kind of confirm that this target is now going into play. If it does bounce around here, I'll just mark it out. Or I'll probably set my my stop loss at about $8,441. The bottom of the 2050 bull run will be. Hold on, I gotta reach into the future real quick. It won't be below 1 million. I think by 2050, Bitcoin will probably be pretty stable. I did limit in, so a market out won't hurt me that much. To change the thickness, go to settings, click style, click the color to bring up the color palette. Thickness is below. Nice style. Color palette. See, it's not like a trend line. You know, trend lines work like that. Where you click them, color palette, thickness is below. But these aren't trend lines. These are fibs. I'm using GON fans. You know, you can use fib speed resistance fans, which also draw your fib retracements in the same tool. But I like to do them separately. I have a video on the Kite box, and essentially what you're doing with that is you're making the fib fans yourself. The GON fans, I could come out with a video with that pretty soon. That's a good idea. But I don't want to do that too early because, you know, that's kind of like the bread and butter of you know, my 101s. I kind of teach people how to use the fib fans effectively, how to use them while setting targets, you know, all that kind of stuff. Because it is kind of a learning curve, and I feel like a video wouldn't do it justice. Yeah, I mean, like, there's so many ways to trade. I mean, you got the fib circle boy doing his little fib circle thing, you know. I use fib circles on like my, you know, like private charts. But I mean, I just, even though like it looks super complicated with all the lines going everywhere, this is as simple as it gets for my for my technical analysis. Like if you went back to some of my earlier streams, I mean, if you went onto the stream, it literally looked like I was just all over the place, but everything was done for a reason.
Why does it come down to the ground to do it? And why
does it nearly always choose to do so in exactly the same place? Whatever the reason, it must be very important, for a sloth on the ground is almost helpless. Any predator could attack it, and it doesn't have the speed to escape.
Keep going.
Why it comes down in this way is a mystery.
Yeah, and then chip and cheese. Okay. Get another big blue. Big crystal. Stupid. Does the whales buy and sell indicator work well? Yeah, it works absolutely fantastically for scalping, and as well as if you set it up for swing trading as well, it works. It's pretty much exact. I'm so curious as what algorithms or indicators that's going off of, because that thing is monstrous. And it's like a hidden gem. Nobody knows about it. Thug Crypto came out of nowhere and he was like, "Hey man, you want some indicators?" I was like, "Yeah, give me them." Thug Crypto, you just gotta start your own channel, man. You'll pop off. Trust me, bro. I didn't think I would get this far, but people are awesome. That's all I gotta say. No matter who you are, what you're, what you look like, I can't believe that a 19-year-old kid can get this much respect for what I'm doing. And for that, I am grateful as hell. I don't know how to explain it, but I get messages every day, from people saying that I've helped them so much. And it's kind like, I don't even it doesn't even register sometimes, just because, like a year and a half ago, I was just a kid in high school that, I didn't get the best grades. I got C's and B's, but I didn't even try. And my teachers, they loved who I was, but they didn't love my work ethic. But I'm the type of person where I'm only going to work hard in something that I want to do. It doesn't matter if you're my parent and you think that, I need to work hard in this. I'm gonna do what's best, for me. And for a lot of kids, that's the same mentality they have, but it's for different things. It's, "Fuck you, mom. I'm not going to college. I want to smoke weed with my bros." But for me, it was, "Hey, mom, I'm not going to college. I'm already retired. Why the hell would I do that?" I feel like I spend too much time just staring at charts. Like, when you find like a new girlfriend or something, and you just can't stop looking at her. She's like, "Don't look at me like that." And you're like, "But I love you." That's the same exact way I look at these charts. Like, I'll be sitting in my bed, like I'm trying to sleep, and then every 30 minutes, I'll open my eyes, look across the room at my charts, and I'm like, "Love making money." It keeps me up at night. Yeah, definitely. Just add me on Discord. Before we ever talk about price or anything, I'm definitely just gonna get a grasp on what stage in trading you're at, and whether or not it's worthwhile for you to take the take the course. So there's no really set curriculum yet. I'm getting better at it, but I do tend to go off on tangents, just like I do on stream. But there you have my attention for, an hour to 2 hours. And you can ask as many questions as you like. But definitely beforehand, I'll recommend you like CBC patrons. I'll recommend you Silicone, and if you use that material and you learn what you need to learn, and you don't need me anymore, I've done my job. But then if you go and watch those videos, but you're still struggling to, put those into action, and you kind of need someone, to kind of like, not, babysit you, but, kind of like guide you in the right direction, then that's when you'll come back to me. And then, if you need that extra help and, have someone there to, explain the things and for specific questions that you have, that's where I'll come in. And also I'll teach you how I make my trades. And if there's a very, very important trade coming up that I feel like you could potentially make a lot of money off of, I'll kind of give you my trade setup and what I'm doing. But the purpose of that is it's not a call group. I'm not giving you all of my trades. It's to teach you how to make the trades so that you can do it yourself. And I hope that if you guys are in the whale crew and you get the calls, I'm really hoping that you guys go and look at why he's making the calls. He doesn't give out like an explanation on why he's making the calls, but you need to go look for yourself and try to see what he saw in order to understand why he made the trade. That's the most important part. Don't follow anything blindly. You definitely need to learn how to fish. Okay, that's the whole thing that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to teach people how to fish. And that's... You guys see fish? Oh, he's looking at me. Hold on. Let me see if you guys can see him. Oh, let me zoom in on him. Hold on. I got this. Your video. Wait, why is it broken now? Why you broke? My zoom what? My zoom function's broken on my camera? Lipstick in my Valentino bag? Hold on. I think that's all it goes to. That sucks. Now you guys got like the perfect fish cam. I'll leave it zoomed in so you guys can see fish. He's a pug mixed with a Palpian. So he's a Puggion. You guys ever seen Pikachu mixed with a pug? Let's go ahead and look that up. That's more important than charts, right? Pikachu as a pug. Look at that. Dude, I'm gonna get Fish a Pikachu costume. No one. Hey, you ever see... I'm just gonna print those out as like flyers and then just hang them up everywhere. I got a local mall. Dude, it's a Pikachu. You got Pikachu and Pikachu. actually set my stop loss wrong. I'm gonna set my stop loss at about 8,341. No, you're my you're my heart and soul, charts. You're my heart and soul. I'll never leave you. Yeah, they have an ice cream cone for a Pokemon. They got an alligator with sunglasses. I'm sorry, Samantha. We can't hang up the lost dog signs. All of the good spots are taken by a Pikachu. OCD's kicking in. Must connect the dots. Do have to put my... So we could dip lower. I have not seen a Boston Dynamics robot since that viral video where they were just beating the hell out of it. You guys ever seen that? I don't know what YouTube channel it is, but they have a Boston Dynamic robot, and they just did a skit on how they just beat the hell out of it. Big Wick. Free. Videos. Hey, look up Big Wick. Oh, it's Big Wick Energy. These guys. Corridor crew.
Look at that neck.
Oh shit! Look at that neck. Okay. Off topic. But I need to find this video so that later on, or if you want to look it up for yourself, Boston Dynamics, would they just let me turn off my speaker so it doesn't come through the microphone again like that. Jesus Christ, that probably blew your eardrums out. I'm so sorry. He's kind of slowed down on it, so hopefully he continues it. But he's been doing very well. So he had $50 at the start. He's been using a conservative 10%. It's a little bit more than I would recommend him to use, but with $50, I mean, you really can't, you wouldn't make that much. So he's doing 10%. I believe he's past $60 now. So he's on his way. He's making, his portfolio larger. And he's he's becoming a trader slowly and methodically. Okay, this video right here, okay? This is the video you need to watch, okay? It's called Boston Dynamics New Robots Now Fight Back. They just beat the shit out of it the entire video, and then the robot turns on them. Terminator style. Okay, so we got about 5 minutes left until the end of the stream. They should be back from Taco Bell in a hot second. So they've never seen Limitless, so we're gonna watch Limitless, eat some Taco Bell, have a great time until they gotta go back. before you go to bed, can you please give me the phonetic pronunciation of how to pronounce your name? Because I am stupid. And I want to say your name correctly because every time we say goodbye on stream, I have to like guess. And I feel like I'm screwing it up and I feel like an asshole. So please. But if you don't, I appreciate it, man. Have a good night. Alejo. I'm hoping it's Alejo. Oh no. Aleo. Aleo? Is that correct? Alright, good night, Aleo. Or Alejo. Shoot! This is like Clove all over again. It took me like a full stream just to get his name down. That shit, that had me so pissed off. So Alejo. Correct. Awesome. I'm glad I got it. See, the lucky thing about me ending the stream, I know a lot of people are sad that I cut the streams early, but literally every single time I cut the stream early, it's before the major price action happens. So rest assured, as you know, like an hour after I close the stream, something big's gonna happen. We might dump down to 7,000. We might go up to 9,700 every single time. Every time. Like without fail, like as well. Like back when we dumped over here, I cut the stream like right here. And then boom. It was oh. And then when we were dumping, I thought about putting the stream on for like 15 minutes. I didn't have much time because I had to head out. And I was like, I really wanted to say something about like, you know, maybe where we're potentially going to bounce from. And I know that would have been really useful information, but I just didn't do it because I'm stupid. But trust me when I say I'm going to have a set schedule by the end of the week where you'll be able to know exactly when I'm going to be on so that, you know, you don't have to go off of my YouTube posts that I've been putting up, you know, for the past 2 streams. Doug Crypto, add me on Discord, link me it, and then tomorrow we'll go over it. Okay, I got you. But we got like 2 minutes left. Crypto Tito, peace out, brother. I'll see you tomorrow. So this is where I'm gonna start saying goodbye. You know, all that sappy stuff. Thanks for coming to the stream, supporting me as always. It's always a pleasure. I try to do my best. I'm still getting in the flow of, you know, kind of how Crown Crypto does it. You know, he goes super into depth, but you know, I kind of leave out some. You know, I have a whole bunch of stuff in my brain. In order to spit it out, it has to be very like formulated, so that I don't give the wrong impression and maybe, you know, influence someone into the wrong position. So I'm kind of, you know, working on that. So I hope you hang around. Hope you sit through the pain with me. But I don't want to talk as fast as Crown Crypto does. Crown Crypto talks so damn fast. Someone messaged me today, and he asked me what YouTube channels I watch. I watched in the beginning to learn technical analysis, and I was like, CBC Patrons, Crown Crypto, and Philicone. And he goes, okay, English is my second language. I can understand what you're saying, but I can't understand a goddamn word what Crown Crypto is saying at any given point in time because he talks too fast. And I was like, you telling me I have something over Crown Crypto? I want to take that to the grave. Mr. Wynn, thank you, man. Harry, peace out, brother. TL, appreciate you, buddy. Thug Crypto. I know it's a struggle getting that to get shared. I'm sad that it was at the end of the stream that was finally working, but we'll go over it tomorrow, buddy. I promise. George, thank you, man. Appreciate it. I'll try to keep it calm and not stressful. And I try to teach people that you don't have to be all crazy about trading. I mean, I'm 19. I mean, I'm doing it the best way I possibly can. Nick, appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Oh yeah, Limitless. It's so it's like not it's not like a award winning movie by any means, but like the concept, I like it. Especially like having that much power, having that much money, the stress it brings on you, the enemies it brings on you. Richard, appreciate it, buddy. Aaron, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, I watched the TV show and I was so sad when it got canceled. I especially liked how they brought the Bradley Cooper in and did all that kind of stuff and like correlated it to the story. Um, Definitely like the TV show. Trade naked. What do you think I'm doing when I get off stream? Alrighty, guys. With all that being said, and the naked comment at the end, I think I'm gonna end it there. All right. So I appreciate you guys' time, spending your night with me. It's always a pleasure. So I'll see you guys in the next one. I should be on tomorrow around 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock again. I'm gonna try my hardest. So watch out for me around then. I'll put up a post about like 15-20 minutes before I'm going live on YouTube. So if you didn't click the bell notification or anything, I'm not gonna be one of those YouTubers that's like and subscribe and hit that bell notification for the next video. But definitely if you want to see me, put those posts out and get alerted for whenever I do have a new video potentially coming up or a live stream coming up, I'll definitely post it before I do it. So yeah, I'll see you guys. And this is the awkward part where I go and I try to go here and then I have to click end stream and then all that kind of stuff. So, bye guys.